Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. Today we're going to talk about attachment issues. I'm sure you guys have all seen this type of thing on like a buy and sell website, for example. And they're like super crappy 45-year-old couch, still in orange and yellow, awesome floral velvet that's pretty much crushed because our dog used it all the time and it kind of stinks. But, oh, so many memories on this couch, $300. Guys, attachment does not equal monetary value. It doesn't work like that. Okay, it doesn't work in life. It doesn't work with our stuff. And guess where else it doesn't work? Books. Now, as a reader, you can get attached to books all you want, and that's cool. And I love when you guys get attached to books because when you guys get attached to my book, you tell all of the people. And I really like it when you tell all of the people, so I'm cool with this. But as a writer, attachment is a huge, huge problem. I see this all the time. I see it with the people that I work with. As far as people who have kind of asked me to help them out, people who I might be mentoring a little bit, even just friends who are trying to write and like to shoot me questions here and there, struggle with attachment. Now, I have forgotten how much I used to struggle with attachment to my work. And I really have to sit and think back to all of those years where I was working on that first book, Wings of Arian, for literally 4 years, and over the course of 4 years trying to learn how to unattach my stuff to my work. Writers, I don't know if artists in general do this as bad as writers do, but it's really, really bad with writers. So I'm going to read you a conversation that I actually had with a friend yesterday, and I thought, oh, I need to make a video about this. So this is from my friend Jo, who, if you guys saw, I don't know if I have a YouTube video. It might have been on Facebook. I'll have to post it up here. She did some amazing custom art for me for Vinidar. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. And I should edit it out. You know what? I'm probably not going to. So she did some amazing custom art from my book Vinators for my character Beltran. And she's an artist and a writer, and she was messaging me about a book that she's working on. And she says, I'm torn though. I broke it into 2 parts and called the second part Happily Ever After. But it's not so happy. So I'm thinking that's probably not appropriate anymore. And I said, well, that is an incredibly easy fix. It's called the delete button. And her response was perfect. And I get this all the time. And it goes, but I'm attached to it. She did add an LOL on the end, but she's really attached to it. And my response was, attachment is the #1 killer of books. And this is so true. I'm going to tell you a story about my own attachment issues a little bit later in my writing career. So book 4 was the final book in the Sola series. And I thought I had gotten really good at letting go of my expectations and my attachment to my own work. And I wrote a scene in this book. And I loved it. Like, I was really pleased with myself. Like, I was like, la, 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 good job, pat on the back. And that is, they're getting ready to go into this final battle. And my shape-shifting character, Dristan, who is one of my favorite characters I've probably written, he was asleep and he was having a nightmare. And our heroine, Cura, comes into the room because she needs to talk to him about something, and she's trying to wake him up, but he's really deep in this nightmare, and so he is shifting like mid-sleep. So like his like snout is elongating into like a wolf, and then it's going back, and then he's growing claws, and he's just morphing in and out of these different shapes as he kind of travels through his own mental, landscape that he's in. And it was so fun and so cool, and I got it back from the editor. And I was really kind of expecting her to be like, this is awesome! And you want to know what she said? She said, I don't know why this is here. And I was like, well, because it rocks. Like, why else would it be there? And I looked at it, and I'm a big fan of not ignoring editors. Like, I try to figure out what the problem is, why they didn't like it, and I thought, because she was like, it's slowing everything down, like, this doesn't need to be here. And so I thought, okay, that's fine. I will shorten it. Like, I'll cut out a lot of this fluff and just leave the general idea. And I sent the edits back, And they came back to me again, and the comment in the same place said, I still don't know why this is here. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I loved it and it was so fun. And so I sat there and I stared at it, and I really, like I said, I really thought I dealt with my attachment issues to my own work. And it was so hard, but I finally, like, I deleted the section because, you know, track changes, people. Like, I can always get it back, right? I deleted the section and I read it through before I deleted it, and then I read it through after. And as soon as I read it through after, I was like, dang it, she's right. Again, she's always right. The scene as a whole was so much better without that section in there. Was there anything wrong with the section? No. The section by itself as a freestanding piece was fine. But when you mashed it into the chapter that it was in, or even anywhere else in the book, because I thought about that too, right? I was like, where else could it go? There was nowhere. When you looked at it as a whole, it slowed everything down. It slowed the pace down. It slowed the story in general. It killed any momentum that we had. It just destroyed it. In writing, absolutely nothing is more important than the end product, period. And a lot of times as a writer, you have to be willing to mercilessly go in and cut and hack and change and delete. And the only way that you are going to be able to do this is if you snip that little cord of attachment to your own work, okay? I wrote this book, okay? This is a part of me. There are ideas in here that are mine. This is a filter through which I see the world. If I never learned how to let go of things that were not working, this book would never have been. This book would not be set to hit Barnes & Noble shelves on April 10th. This book would never have been picked up by a publisher because it would have been a pile of stuff that didn't go together as a full and complete story. And all that matters in the end is the full and complete story. So please, emotional attachment to an item of clothing is no different than an emotional attachment to a section of your book. It has absolutely no bearing. All that matters is the finished product. So listen to those editors, throw attachment out the window, let the story go where the story needs to go, and roll with it. All right, everyone, get out those little emotional scissors. Clip, 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 clip. You can do it. I believe in you. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep an eye out for Venators. It is coming April 10th. Keep an eye out. Watch for some signings. And if you guys have any questions about maybe how to get rid of this emotional attachment, or if you'd like a video on how I worked through my emotional attachment and managed to cut out, I kid you not, 100,000 words out of my first book. Yeah, it was 100,000. You heard me right. You just drop those below and we'll see what we can do. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. Happy writing. Talk to you later. Ooh, and I have a giveaway video coming up very soon within the next few days, so watch and see what I'm giving away this month. Bye.